entry into that conversation will be friendship or workplace or fatherhood or sexuality. I don't really care which door you walk in. But my job is to say there's a lot of entry points into this conversation that men can now engage in. So I kind of lay out a big sort of agenda and then think, well, it's going to be different for different guys at different points in their lives, which entry point they'll take. That's my first thought, is that, any one of them is good, right? I don't really, I don't have a stake in any one. I just wanted to lay out a whole bunch. The second thing about being a woman in these conversations, this is really tricky, and it's hard for me to give you advice about how to do this. But I would say, first of all, everything in our culture is basically giving you one message: give up your feminism, and you'll get a guy, and you'll be much happier. And to my mind, that is entirely the wrong advice. First, it's like, oh, give up yourself, and then you'll be happy, right? So the first thing, as I would say, is absolutely to not give that up. To not give up your sense that you have equal integrity to other people. I think that's a good place to start. So the second part is, how do you engage with people when you are made into the wet blanket, right? We were having such a good time. We were saying all this sort of stupid homophobic and sexist shit. It was a lot of fun. And then she comes in. Oh, damn, now we have to police ourselves. And now we have to watch what we say, right? And so my feeling is, in that group that you're now describing, you have different relationships with different people. And some of them might be closer friends than others. And then you have to go up to them privately, not in public, don't humiliate them, but in private, go up and say, listen, when we were talking the other night, that really hurt my feelings that you didn't stand up for me, that you didn't intervene, that you left it to me. You always do that. I can't trust you. And if that person is really your friend, they'll say, I'll be there for you. I will back you up. I'm sorry. Because I don't want you to feel hurt. I don't like it when you're angry at me. I like it when you like me. So I'm going to work to make you like me. In other words, you say, I need you to publicly be my friend the way I know you are in private. This is a hard thing, because that means that you're now asking someone to say, I want you to be public. So that all the pressure is not always on you, right? And then what we guys have to do, it seems to me, that the two missing pieces in this whole thing, and that's why I think the group that you guys have developed is so important. The Men in Action group is so important, because what we have to do is we have to learn two things. We have to learn how to challenge each other, and we have to learn how to support each other. And I don't think we do either of those especially well. We say we support each other a lot, but usually that's just sort of silent complicity. And we rarely challenge each other. We rarely intervene. And so I think we need to learn how to do both of those. And that's so the pressure is basically off you. And I think Joe had a question.
I was wondering, what specific advice would you have for men of the college age to police them, but also their friends, in preventing sexual assault?
Well, I have two responses to this. There are plenty of programs and stuff that work on how to prevent sexual assault, and I don't want to sort of preempt their kind of work. Plus, everything needs to, I think, be sort of local, based on sort of local knowledge and sort of local traditions. But it seems to me that there are two parts of this. I focused on one, which is the carrot. Why should we even consider it? We should, why do men do this? Well, because they think they can get away with it. That's why. And by and large, they're right. So if that's true, we have to, A, change the structure of motivation so that that's not the motive, right? I say you'll have a better relationship if you don't. But the other side is we also have to set very clear limits and very clear constraints that say very clearly to guys, if you do this, we will not back you up. You are not our guys. We will not support you. We will not run interference for you. And, and this is, by the way, this is happening on every campus in the country. A week doesn't go by that I don't get something about the BU hockey team. That was a couple of weeks ago. Today's newspaper was about about hazing at Binghamton, the Florida A&M marching band. I mean, everywhere you go, right? So every one of these is going to have a sort of local culture aspect to it. But the stick, the constraints are, we, the community, will not stand for this. You know, just think for a minute how women's lives would be different if they didn't fear sexual assault. Just that. You know, I mean, a feminist writer in the 1970s who said, imagine 24 hours. Imagine, women, for 24 hours, you didn't have to think about rape at all. No matter where you went, no matter what you wore, no matter what you drank, no matter who you were with, for 24 hours you didn't have to worry about it at all. Her theory, women would never go back. Right? So our job is to make that very clear. Here are the rules. If you go outside of these rules, we will not support it. We will not as a community support it. We will not as an administration support it. You know, we will take it extremely seriously. We take plagiarism often more seriously than sexual assault on campuses. So that, and secondly, my side of it is, and now let's talk about why you should do it. Why you should behave in this way and not that. And the truth is, I think your life will be better. So give it a try. This one's not working out so great. Try it some other way.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, well then, thank you very much.